Sacramento is known as the farm-to-fork capital, yet many of its residents struggle to put food on their own tables. Today, we'll learn about the work of the Sacramento Food Bank and Family Services and their efforts to take a stand against hunger. Here to tell us more is their CEO. We have Blake Young. Blake, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, happy to have you on. So tell us about the Sacramento Food Bank and Family Services and how it aligns with addressing food insecurity in the community.
So we're the food bank for the region. So the county is our territory, if you will, and our primary focus is to buy and source, store and deliver all of the food for roughly 130 charities throughout the county. So our primary goal is to get food to the charities who actually serve individuals, families, children, seniors. And our goal is to make that food as nutritious as possible.
Yeah, and you've been with this food bank for how long?
27 years.
Yeah, so that's pretty impressive.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that's a labor of love.
Yeah, a labor of love for sure. So tell us more about the various programs and initiatives that your food bank does to help make a difference.
So most people don't know that Sacramento County is higher than the state and national average in food insecurity. So we have a big job to do. So first and foremost, our initiatives focus on childhood hunger. So we work with all the school districts. Our other initiative is seniors. Believe it or not, 15% of the 300,000 folks we serve per month are seniors above the age of 70. And more, we're seeing seniors and children really struggle with food insecurity. Our philosophy is, food is medicine. And the more nourished people are, the more productive and happy our community is.
Yeah.
So, that's really important.
Yeah, and it's a necessity. And you had mentioned you've been with the food bank for 27 years. Over those past years, how have you seen food insecurity evolve? And are there any trends or changes that stand out to you?
That's a great question. I think first that comes to mind is the working poor. We see more and more dual family incomes that still can't make ends meet. So I think there's a misconception that people don't work that need food programs. It's actually false. Most people that come to food programs do have jobs and are trying to make it. They're just struggling. So that's probably the biggest trend I see.
Yeah, especially with inflation that's taking place right now, that just adds on to it. What are some of the hurdles that your food bank encounters and how do you navigate them?
First that comes to mind is demand. So prior to COVID, we were supplying food to roughly 150,000 people a month. We're over 300,000. So again, we go back to food as medicine. If we want a productive, happy community, folks need to be well nourished and the demand for our services. And secondly, inflation. Inflation just doesn't impede individuals, but the cost of business for us to operate, fuel, to buy food is enormous. So sustainability is one that we have to worry about.
And for our viewers who want to make that positive impact, what are the most effective ways they can support and contribute to the efforts of Sacramento Food Bank and Family Services?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, volunteer. The backbone of our organization is our volunteers. We have 11,000 per year that give time to the food bank. So volunteer and donate. I mean, financial contribute. If the cause is important to you, for every dollar you give to us, we can provide 5 meals. It's an investment, a great community return, and just know that you're doing just wonderful work and helping us out.
Yeah. Why is it important that people do give back? You mentioned the food banks and people can volunteer. What's been the response from volunteers when they're able to partake in that?
I think they're happier. I think the majority of our volunteers are just good-hearted folks that want to give back, and what we find is the result is they continue to come back because it feeds their soul.
All helpful information. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Blake.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, and you can help fill the gap and take a stand against hunger. You can donate to the Sacramento Food Bank and Family Services by visiting abc10.com/stand against hunger. Each dollar you donate will buy 5 meals. We may not be able to end hunger, but we can help others who would otherwise go without this holiday season.